If you think about it, the Earth is like a big time capsule, and archaeologists are those in charge of helping us recover everything that has been lost over time. Among their finds are some of the most astonishing and incredible discoveries, from misplaced artifacts to breakthroughs that rewrote history. Here are the best archaeological discoveries of all time. Number 1. The London Hammer, also known as the London Artifact, is one of the most mysterious discoveries of the 20th century, or should I say, the most debated. Discovered in London, Texas, in 1936 by Max Hahn and a companion, the hammer was found embedded in ancient rock, leading to speculation about its age and origin. The hammer is an iron tool with a wooden handle and measures about 6 inches long with a diameter of 1 inch. Its size and shape suggest that it was used for fine work or with soft metals. The discovered hammer, despite not rusting, has parts of the handle that have turned into carbon, indicating a possible age. Carl Ball, who acquired it in the 1980s, suggested it was evidence of a pre-flood civilization, challenging conventional theories. However, this idea is controversial and is not scientifically accepted. Skeptics propose that the hammer became trapped in a limestone formation naturally. Although there are various explanations, some see the London hammer as evidence of time travel or advanced knowledge in the past. Number 2. In 1961, Wallace Lane, Virginia Maxey, and Mike Michaelsell made an intriguing discovery near a boat in California. This was no ordinary spark plug, but one that seemed to come from a time when spark plugs did not yet exist. This object was later known as the Koso Artifact. It was initially speculated to be a misplaced object, possibly indicating the presence of an ancient advanced civilization or other extraordinary explanations. Like the London hammer, Koso's artifact was encased in what appeared to be a 500,000-year-old natural formation. It became unusual immediately. The apparent age of Koso's artifact suggested that it might be a misplaced object. Finding a modern spark plug in a seemingly ancient geological formation led to speculation about time travel, ancient advanced civilizations, or extraterrestrial interventions. Although the surrounding material was initially thought to be a geo that takes a long time to form, many believe that Koso's artifact, like the London hammer, is probably a hoax. Despite doubts, it remains one of the most intriguing discoveries of the contemporary era. Number 3. In 1922, one of the most significant finds in human history was discovered by archaeologist Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon, the final resting place of the young pharaoh Tuten Common. Before this, the tomb of the young Egyptian pharaoh Tuten Common lay hidden beneath the sands of the Valley of the Kings, undiscovered for centuries. Many tombs in the valley had been looted over the years, but Tutankhamun's tomb remained elusive. Imagine the joy of archaeologists when it was finally found after years of meticulous searching. Carter made the discovery on November 4, 1922, when he found steps leading to a sealed door. Carter and Lord Carnarvon found Tutankhamun's intact tomb, filled with amazing objects such as statues, gold jewelry, chariots and weapons, including the pharaoh's iconic mask. A symbol of ancient Egypt, this mask is a stunning work of art made of gold with intricate details. The tomb provided valuable information about the life and culture of ancient Egypt, allowing historians and archaeologists to study the time of the pharaoh. The discovery also triggered Egyptomania, influencing art, architecture, and fashion. The story of the young king and the discovery of his tomb captivated people around the world, fueled by legends of curses. To this day, many believe in terrifying punishments for those who revealed Tutankhamun's tomb. Number 4. Let's not go too far from Egypt yet. Here is another unexpected discovery linked to this great civilization. In 2016, researchers using advanced particle physics techniques discovered a mysterious void in Egypt's iconic Great Pyramid of Giza. They used muon radiography, something quite similar to taking an X-ray. These particles, which come from cosmic rays that impact the Earth's atmosphere, can penetrate solid materials such as the stones of the pyramid. By measuring where more particles, known as muons, pass, scientists can detect voids or areas of lower density within the structure. This is how they found a corridor-shaped hole in the pyramid, which measured approximately 98 feet and had a gallery of similar cross-section to the narrow corridor that leads to the king's chamber. The purpose of this hallway is still a mystery. It could be a structural feature, like other voids in the pyramid that were built to redistribute its enormous weight, or it could be something else entirely. Speculation is part of the excitement. Number 5. Discovered in 1929 in Istanbul's Topkapi Palace, Peri Reis's map has been the subject of intrigue and debate among historians. The map was created in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer. It is notable because it shows parts of the world, such as the Americas, in a way that challenges our understanding of 16th century geography. Think about it, how could a map from 1513, just 2 decades after Columbus sailed to the Caribbean, depict the New World in such detail? The mystery deepens when you consider some of the speculative theories about the map. Some suggest it shows the coastline of Antarctica, a continent not officially discovered until the 19th century. How could this be possible? Were sources of knowledge lost over time? However, historians offer a more substantiated explanation. They suggest that the cartographer used multiple sources for his map, including letters from Columbus's voyages. Despite logical historical explanations, the map remains a fascinating enigma. Number 6. During Napoleon Bonaparte's campaign in Egypt, French soldiers discovered a broken fragment of a large stone slab in the small town of Rosetta. This seemingly ordinary piece of rock later became known as the Rosetta Stone. Later, it became clear that this was no ordinary discovery. It was a fragment of an ancient decree issued in 196 BC, with inscriptions in 3 different writing systems: ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, Demotic script, and ancient Greek. Now, why is this stone so significant? You see, for centuries, the knowledge of how to read ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs had been lost. The Rosetta Stone became an invaluable key to deciphering these hieroglyphics, mainly thanks to the Greek inscription. Since Greek was well understood, scholars could use the Greek text as a reliable reference for deciphering the other 2 writing systems. However, despite the presence of the Rosetta Stone, real advances were only made in the early 19th century, thanks to Jean-François Champollion, a French scholar. He realized that hieroglyphs were symbolic and phonetic, meaning they represented sounds, just like letters in modern languages. This discovery was revolutionary, opening up a world of knowledge about ancient Egyptian history, culture, and language that had been shrouded in mystery for centuries. Number 7. This ancient city is known as Petra, an ancient settlement carved into the rose-red cliffs of southern Jordan. The history of Petra began long before its modern discovery, as it was possibly established in the early 4th century BC as the capital of the Nabatean kingdom. However, over time, its importance diminished and it was eventually abandoned and forgotten, remaining only in the memory of the local Bedouin tribes. Fast forward to 1812, a pivotal year in Petra's history. A Swiss explorer named Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, fascinated by stories of a lost city in the desert, set out to rediscover Petra, posing as an Arab scholar. Burckhardt, with the help of Bedouins, discovered Petra, a city carved into cliffs with tombs, temples, and the famous treasury. He highlights Nabatean craftsmanship and the aqueduct system that supported the city in an arid region. Petra reveals Nabatean culture, important historical civilization, and crucial commercial center. The rediscovery of Petra renewed interest in archaeology and ancient history, remembering forgotten cities and civilizations with fascinating stories of human journey through time. Number 8. The Nazca Lines, a series of large ancient geoglyphs in the Nazca Desert in southern Peru, represent one of the most enigmatic and fascinating archaeological discoveries on our planet. In fact, you may recognize them as one of the most popular and mysterious places on Earth. The history of the Nazca Lines begins with their creation, which is estimated to have occurred around 500 BC to 500 AD for the Nazca people. These designs range from simple lines and geometric shapes to intricate representations of animals, plants, and imaginary beings. However, for centuries, these lines went largely unnoticed due to their enormous scale and remote location. The Nazca Lines, formed by massive figures of birds, were hidden until commercial pilots sighted them in the 20th century. In the 1940s, an American historian revealed its magnitude and astronomical, religious or ritual precision. Although their purpose remains speculative, their preservation in the Nazca Desert for thousands of years adds intrigue and mystery to these geoglyphs. Number 9. The story of the Durinka underground city began in 1963, when a local homeowner was renovating his home and stumbled upon a mysterious room behind a wall in his basement. This accidental discovery led to an exploration that revealed an entire underground city extending several levels into the Earth's interior. Durinka is not just a set of rooms and tunnels. It is a sprawling complex that could house up to 20,000 people, along with their livestock and food stores. This underground city comprises various rooms, including homes, stables, churches, warehouses, and cellars. The engineering achievements are astonishing, with ventilation shafts, water wells, and a sophisticated security system with massive stone doors that could be locked from the inside to protect its inhabitants. This ancient underground city is believed to date back to at least the 8th to 7th century BC, and is thought to have been built by the Phrygians, an ancient Anatolian people. However, it was expanded and used extensively by early Christians as a refuge to escape persecution, especially in the Byzantine era. Known primarily as a tourist spot, many people from all over the world travel to Durinka to see its beauty in person. Number 10. In 1974, in Shaanxi Province, China, a group of local farmers digging a well stumbled upon one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Instead of water, they unearthed pieces of terracotta statues. This chance discovery led to an incredible revelation: a vast army of terracotta warriors buried for more than 2 millennia. The Terracotta Army, as it is known, is part of the extensive mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. This underground army consisted of more than 8,000 soldiers, 130 chariots with 520 horses, and 150 cavalry horses, all arranged in battle formations. Each soldier has distinct facial features, expressions, and clothing, showing the remarkable dedication and skill in the craftsmanship of ancient Chinese artisans. The level of detail in these figures has provided historians and archaeologists with a wealth of information about the clothing, weaponry, and even hairstyles of the period. The site has also revealed ancient techniques used in sculpture and painting, giving us a deeper understanding of the technological capabilities of ancient China. Number 11. The Iceman, a naturally mummified man discovered in the Alps, is like a time capsule from the Copper Age, easily making him one of the largest and most significant finds in history. The discovery of it in 1991 by hikers in the Ötztal Alps, on the border between Austria and Italy, was a sensational moment for archaeology and history. First of all, let's see that he is old, really old. He lived around 5,000 years ago, making him the oldest known natural human mummy. The Iceman, well preserved by being frozen, provides a unique insight into ancient life. At 45, older for the time, he had tattoos that could be ancient forms of acupuncture. His balanced diet of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, revealed by analysis of his stomach, shows advanced food knowledge. His clothing, made of various hides, and his equipment, which includes copper and flint tools, indicates sophisticated skills. His death, initially attributed to the exhibition, was revealed to be a possible murder by a flint arrowhead in his shoulder, generating intriguing theories about his life and death. Number 12. The Antium Mechanism has called itself the world's first analog computer. This complex device was discovered in 1901 in a shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera. Initially overshadowed by other treasures, this corroded bronze artifact soon revealed its extraordinary secrets. This ancient device, dating back to around 100 BC, became what many consider the world's first analog computer. Housed in a wooden case and about the size of a large book, the Antikythera mechanism is a complex combination of gears and dials. Its purpose was to predict astronomical positions and eclipses for calendrical and astrological purposes, and it could even follow the 4-year cycle that marked the Olympic Games. At least, that's what we think its purpose was. But perhaps the true importance of the Antikythera mechanism lies in its challenge to our understanding of technological progress. Before their discovery, such intricate gear-based devices were thought to have only emerged in medieval Europe, a millennium later. This artifact suggests that ancient Greek scientists possessed not only advanced technical skills, but also deep knowledge of astronomy and mathematics. The astonishing sophistication of the mechanism rivals that of 18th-century clocks, and to this day we have not fully unraveled its full history. Number 13. Madagascar is a wonder of nature where you can encounter exotic animals such as lemurs and chameleons that are only found on this island. But the beauty of Madagascar is not limited to its living creatures. It also has impressive geological formations that defy the imagination. In the dry southwestern region, you can witness a majestic jungle, a stone forest where towering rock pinnacles rise from the ground like gigantic needles. It is a unique and surreal landscape that will leave you breathless. These limestone pinnacles emerged over millions of years, sculpted by persistent water erosion in the semi-arid climate. Dissolved limestone has shaped complex, jagged rock blades that extend up to 70 meters high. The stone forest looks like petrified trees from afar, but up close it is rocky and dangerous, with canyons and sharp rocks. It is a refuge for rare animals, although some species such as large birds and lemurs are no longer present. Some believe there are hidden treasures here, but walking in the forest is risky due to its confusing and rocky terrain. Despite the dangers, the lack of access has helped protect wildlife. However, human expansion and nearby mining threaten the existence of the stone forest and Madagascar's nature in general. Number 14. Among the numerous hieroglyphs and reliefs carved on ancient Egyptian structures, an enigmatic image that adorns a temple wall has sparked intense debate. The Light of Dendera depicts a strange light bulb-like object extending from a sacred pillar. Some fringe theorists believe this represents an electric light bulb, which would suggest that the ancient Egyptians had advanced energy technology. However, mainstream Egyptologists argue that it has a more esoteric meaning. The controversial image appears in the Temple of Hathor in Dendera, along the Nile River, south of Cairo. The temple was built in the 1st century BC. During that time, they carved a scene showing figures gesturing towards a pillar called Jed with a bulbous part at the top. Below, you see a shape that looks like a lotus flower and a lamp. Some believe this could represent an ancient electrical system, but there is no solid evidence to support that idea. The most common explanation is that it has a religious meaning, where the Jed pillar symbolizes stability and the bulbous part represents the sun god Ra. Since the temple was dedicated to the goddess Hathor, it is likely that this image has meaning related to religion and astrology rather than technology. Number 15. In 1990, a miner in Sierra Leone stumbled upon a highly anomalous stone, unlike any seen before. Angelo Petwan was exploring West Africa when he discovered a gem of a vibrant sky blue color. After performing carbon dating tests, it was determined that the curious rock fell to Earth between 11,000 and 18,000 years ago, but most notably, laboratory analysis revealed that the composition of the sky blue stone was pure oxygen. This oxygen-rich makeup comprised 77% of the gem, along with traces of carbon, silicon, calcium and sodium. The sky blue stone is an enigma. Although it looks like it was made by humans, it was found in rock layers much older than any civilization. Scientists have studied it, but with limited samples, they don't know where it comes from or how it formed. Some think that an ancient civilization could have created it with unknown technology, while others believe that it could have formed naturally due to unknown geological processes. Its composition is very different from common terrestrial minerals. The discovery in an ancient rock layer suggests it existed before humans. Although it is beautiful, its origin will remain a mystery to humanity.